Lesson 9.4, Graph Relationships. A cafeteria has an automatic pancake making machine. The table shows the relationship between the time in hours and the number of pancakes the machine can make. Graph the relationship represented by the table. So you're looking at the table over here, and it says that the time in hours, 1 hour allows you to make 200 pancakes. 2 hours, 400 pancakes. 3 hours, 600 pancakes. 4 hours, 800 pancakes. 5 hours, 1,000 pancakes. So step 1, write the ordered pairs. So 1, 200, 2, 400, 3, 600, 4, 800, 5, 1,000. Remember that each of these coordinates or ordered pairs on the left side will be the x and the right side will be the y. Just like the time is the x or the independent variable and the pancakes made is the y or the dependent variable. Step 2, choose an appropriate scale for each axis of the graph. Label the axes and give the graph a title. Graph a point for each ordered pair. So in this case, they actually started setting it up already. They are doing the y-axis, counting by 100. So we got 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. And then they are just counting by ones on the x-axis. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so they've already put in the first ordered pair. So then 2, 400, 3, 600, 4, 800, 5, 1,000. The table shows the relationship between the number of bicycles y Sean has left to assemble and the number of hours x he has worked. Graph the relationship represented by the table to find the unknown value of y. Write ordered pairs. Use each row of the table to write an ordered pair. Skip the row with the unknown y value. So we got 0, 10, 1, 8. They skipped this one because we don't know the y. That's why there's a question mark. So then there's 3, 4, and 4, 2. Okay, so graph a point for each ordered pair on a coordinate plane. So they've already labeled it, and it worked out nicely just to have each one of the axes go from 1 to 10, counting by ones. So the first one is 0, 10. Second one is 1, 8. The fourth one is 3, 4. And the fifth one is 4, 2. Find the unknown value. The point on the graph appear to lie on a line. Use a ruler to draw a dashed line through the points. Okay, so I don't have a ruler right here, but I'm just going to put a piece of paper and line it up and then do a dashed line through it. And that line didn't show up too well, but use the line to find the y value that corresponds to an x value of 2. Start at the origin and then move 2 units to the right. Move up until you reach the line you drew. Then move left to find the y value on the y-axis. So it's just saying to start at the origin, go to 2, and then move up until you hit that dashed line. In that case, it is at the 6. So that means our unknown is right there. When x has a value of 2, y has a value of 6. So after 2 hours, Sean has 6 bicycles left to assemble. I'm going to try to do this with an interactive slide. So you looking at this is just gonna give us a little bit of an idea as to what the problem originally started with. Graph the relationship represented by the table. So write the ordered pairs. So I know that it's faded, but realize that the top row is x, the y is the second or last or bottom row. So the first ordered pair is 1, 50. The second one would be 2 for the x and then what for the y. Once you get all of the ordered pairs, then you're going to graph that. Again, they were nice enough to set it up, but realize that the y-axis is counting by 25. And you can do that as long as you're using the same change or skip counting throughout that whole axis. And then the x-axis is counting by 1. Number 2, you're doing the same thing as you did for number 1. So graph the relationship by the table. If you need to actually do the ordered pairs, you can, but ultimately we want you to graph that information. For number 3 and 4, graph the relationship represented by the table to find the unknown value of y. So it's a lot like what we did for that last example, where you graph the ordered pairs you do have, use a ruler, or in my case, paper, to actually do a dashed line to figure out where that unknown ordered pair is supposed to be, so you can figure out that number. The same thing goes for number 4. Number 5 and 6, graph the relationship presented or represented by the table to find the unknown value of y. For numbers 7 and 8, the table at the right shows the typical price of a popular brand of corn cereal over time. Number 7, complete the table below to show the cost of buying 1 to 5 boxes of corn cereal in 1988. So you're filling in this table. Then for number 8, graph the relationship represented by the table you made in exercise 7. Use the coordinate plane at right. So you're using this, but realize, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it on the slide, but you should be able to actually input what number are we skip counting by. The boxes, that'll be easy, but the cost, what are you skip counting by? Number 11, DVDs cost $12 each. Jacob graphs the relationship that gives the cost y in dollars of buying X DVDs. Which ordered pair is a point on the graph of the relationship?